it to your system.
Yeah, so like on Tuesday night when we were playing with Tony, I got that like weird like tingle slash gross taste in the back of my throat. And so I told Luke and Tony in real time, I was like, I think I'm getting sick. And I've been sick since then. I woke up Wednesday, Luke, and I felt horrible. I took Wednesday off, and then I worked from home Thursday, and I went in Friday, but like I just stayed in my office because like I've been, I mean, I'm still kind of like my voice is still like bleh, but it's been since Tuesday. It got me pretty bad.
Is it throat and everything? Yeah.
It's throat, so it was like the headache, body ache, like everything hurt, and then the throat came, and then everything else went away, and just the throat stayed. But I wasn't congested, but now the throat went away, and I'm just congested. So like it's the very end. It's just like I need to sneeze it all out and blow it all out my nose. So
do it on the podcast.
Awesome.
I'm gonna keep muting myself. I do have. This is my second roll of toilet paper this week.
There it is.
And it's almost done from blowing my nose.
Dang.
We don't have tissues, so. Yeah, it's been really bad. So I'm almost done, but luckily it was not next week when I have the surgery because they would have had to delay it. And I know the next time they can do it is a month from now. So I was like, I'd much rather be sick this week and be getting over it now.
Do you think, though, you'll be not sick by the time your surgery comes up?
Yeah, so they changed it from Monday to Wednesday. So
right.
I should be good. Because I feel pretty much all better. And even when I went to bed last night, my throat hurt, but my throat doesn't hurt anymore. So I'm still like, I feel like tomorrow or Tuesday I'll be fully better.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Sorry, that sucks.
That's okay. Right? It's just funny because I literally, like, I started playing with Luke and Tony. It felt completely fine.
It was them.
Like, I started feeling it while I was talking to them. Like, oh, God, I don't know if I'm just talking too much or, like... But then I knew it, Luke. I went to bed and I woke up feeling terrible. It was one of those, I woke up Wednesday, called off of work, and then took NyQuil in the morning so I could just sleep throughout the day.
Oh, that's terrible.
It was one of those.
It's a good feeling, though.
And I had like I had a night, what is it?
The mask?
Yeah, like over your eyes to like block out the... Because it's like very light in our room. So yeah, I was out. And then I woke up for 2 hours, fell back asleep for 3 hours. So I slept basically the entire day.
You were bedridden.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I'm feeling much better now. So that worked too, Matt, because I would not have been feeling well enough to do the podcast on Thursday anyway. I would have called off anyway.
Oh, okay, perfect. I'll feel less bad.
No, I felt terrible. So I'm feeling better though now.
Good.
All right, we got to start with somebody's week.
Yeah, who wants to recap first?
I'll go first. I have I have quite a hefty week.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Okay, I guess I'll do TV. I finished Ghosts. Very good.
Matt, are you the only one who hasn't finished Ghosts yet? Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I'm
working
you're
fine,
through
you're
it.
Fine.
But very, very good. Sad that it's over. Especially because I watched season 4 or series 4 and 5 super quick. So sad that it's over now. Bluey came out with that other episode. I think did I talk about that last week? No, because there's the surprise episode after the sign.
Oh.
Very good. People are, the last shot, people are freeze framing and everything, having theories about it. It's very good.
Okay.
It was another one. It was another one of the time jump type of thing, and yeah, it was crazy.
Luke, what do you think the TV Tropes Bluey conspiracy page looks like?
Oh, there's a hefty ton.
We've been going on to TV shows, TV trope conspiracy pages and just reading what people have written. Bluey, we gotta look at Bluey.
Yeah.
Watch one episode of Originals. I'm 45 minutes into Mike's video of Pretty Little Liars recap. Which
nice. My gosh.
Good.
Which
you're in for
45 minutes in, but I've seen the first 3 episodes, so I know what he's talking about as of now because 45 minutes in is still the first 3 episodes essentially.
3.
So I've been watching that at night. I watched all of season 2 of Mystery Files.
Oh, nice.
Luke, I know you and me were talking.
Oh, the newest one.
Yes. So
I forgot that's only season 2. Yeah.
The newest season of Mystery Files. I still paid for Watcher TV after everything too. So if you guys want the login, I can send you that.
Sure.
But
if you're paying.
Yeah.
There's
I'm not gonna.
There's a lot of stuff with that. People were. I'm fully aware. Did not like how mean some people.
Yes.
Especially because it was specifically to Steven that people were being
fucked up.
And if you look at the last Making Watcher video, everyone was like talking great about Steven, and then now it's like when they change, I understand having the criticism, but it was like the way they're going at people now, it's just like immediately like not putting blame on Shane and Ryan and just putting it on Steven and talking shit about him, and I really, really don't like it.
But okay. Yeah.
Good.
But I do think that we should okay, I feel like it's good to criticize what happened because what happened isn't good. It wasn't great. But then people are just being so fucking mean. Like they just immediately started where it's just like it kind of sucks right now, and I'm proud of them. Like they immediately.
Yeah.
The fact that they actually like changed their original plan after, like that's rarely happens with YouTubers and stuff. But it's just like the fan base is being crazy right now where it's like you can very well be upset about what happened, but why are you deciding to like be an asshole and even a scapegoat? Like what the fuck is going
on? I know, cuz like my reaction was just like, that's disappointing cuz like I like that it's free, and if it was just me, I don't think I'd be able to pay for it. So I was just like, that sucks. But that was about it. I wasn't gonna be like they betrayed their fan base. I was just like, man.
Everyone's reactions are just so big to everything, especially because online you're not in person. Whatever. Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay. Luke and I talked about it because at first I was like fine with it, but I also have the means to pay for it, so I wasn't considering the other side. So I'm also more like forgiving of it. Of like, Luke and I talked about this a lot, where like I was like good with it, and then like the criticism came, I was like, okay, that stuff makes sense. I didn't think about that.
It's valid.
Yes. But and then they said the exact same thing about like, hey, like we fucked up. And I was like, they adapted it real quick. But then people are just like, so I wanted to like support them anyway. And because they also like said they fucked up, changed it. And it's like I'm good with it. So I paid for the annual one already. After the change actually happened, go ahead, Kel.
Yeah, I'm still gonna continue to watch them, and I still love them.
Me too.
It's weird. It's a very specific and strange situation that's going on.
And because the reason, so we don't have to get too far into it, but the context of why I was okay with it was because I do feel like they produce premium content versus like other YouTube channels. Like I do feel like a lot comes out that is very, very good. So I was like, it makes sense to me, but also I didn't consider the other stuff, right? So like when it happened, I was like, okay, they want to keep doing this. I think it's a higher quality than other stuff. That makes sense to me. And so then when they retracted it so quickly and like changed it and are still going to give it for free, even though I think it's very apparent they don't want to be on YouTube anymore, but they're going to stay doing it for like, it was so quick. And then people, even on that one, were better, but still not great on and it's just like, especially to Steven. And I was like, okay, guys, we can fuck up and then say you fucked up and change it. And it should be okay. Like, and
that doesn't erase it though.
But the way that they were just like,
no, I agree. I just don't. Yeah, I just think that we also have to address that they did fuck up.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I honestly, my thing is, I don't give a shit about the quality. I just want to watch them. I understand not wanting to lay people off. That's
Yeah.
why I understand why they did it.
Mhm.
Because not wanting to fire people instead. Like, that's good. But I honestly, but like, they could do, they could make something for $2 and it's fine. Like, I'll watch
Right?
it.
Yeah, I think they.
Anyway, whatever,
I think
sorry.
they prefer to make the higher one. Like,
Yeah, they do.
So like,
Yeah.
if that's what they want to do, that's why I was like gonna do it regardless. But I specifically did too with the backlash of like just how mean people were. Anyway, so I started getting into like their content that I've missed. So I finished Mystery Files season 2, which was really good.
Nice.
Yeah, the new season was really, really good.
Mhm.
They were the characters that came from the ads.
Yeah.
It's an interesting season.
Well, also just the running joke of them just hiding behind the board. Like, it's just
They're
so
sneaks.
dumb. They just like go hide behind it, up against the wall. But like they never addressed that it was a running thing. They just both wanted to keep.
Yeah, they
doing
just
it.
started doing it.
So dumb. So I've been watching that a lot. Reading, I'm just reading The Dark Tower, Wizard and Glass. I'm only on page 112 or 128. But since I didn't feel good this week, I didn't want to read at all. My head hurt. So
Yeah.
Watch a lot of movies though. Let me open it. Okay, from the last time we talked, Moulin Rouge was the last time we talked. So Luke came up, we watched Godzilla vs. Kong, and then we went the
Yes,
next day to
wow.
see Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, and
Yes.
Luke and I both agreed we like X Kong more than versus Kong.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Yes.
There's some crazy parts in there. That's gonna have to be a longer talk about certain aspects of that movie, but honestly, incredible. It knows exactly what he wants.
Yes. Yes.
I
It
don't even
exceeded
wanna-
expectations.
I can't even talk about what happens because it'll spoil stuff, specifically for you, Matt. So you need to go
Okay,
watch it
okay.
because it's 100% worth it.
Okay.
I watched Bring It On, All or Nothing, which is the third Bring
is that-
It On.
Word. Okay.
Have you seen the other two?
No.
Hmm.
I haven't seen the first one.
No. This one has Hayden Panettiere in it, and
Oh.
Trini watched this one a lot when she was a kid, so that's why we were watching it. It was interesting. It was one of those that has like the right messaging, but like it was about the right messaging about like race relations and stuff like that. But
That is Bring It On.
right.
that's,
But
like,
so like it, I'm
different,
saying
yeah.
like this one still has like the right themes. However, the way they portray certain stereotypes is
Right.
yeah,
Right.
like
Who wrote it?
it was a white guy. A
It's
white
like it was
guy
a
wrote
white-
and directed it.
white- White man,
Yep.
too.
Yep.
That's a
Ooh,
double with me.
ew.
So
for Bring It On.
it was one of those that like I got what they were going for, but sometimes I was like, interesting. Then I saw Spider-Man 2 in theaters. The train scene was
Hell yeah.
insane. That movie is hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
Trini had never seen either one of them. A lot more in this one, she was just kind of like giving me looks about like what the fuck, and it was always when Tobey Maguire and Kristen Dunst were talking, but it was always Tobey Maguire. This is by far the worst one that he's in for like the awkwardness of him. Awkwardness of him.
Yeah, which is interesting. I think you would expect the first one to
No,
be
but he's
because
right.
it's like
more
he's in high
awkwardness.
school or in college.
I
Pizza
tell you,
time.
MJ has some good lines though in it because he's like, I've been reading poetry. She's like, whatever that means, and then just moves on. So that's pretty good.
Reading
But
poetry.
Allison and Thomas.
and I don't love
Yes.
what they do with MJ's character. You know, that's like the problem I have with the movie is like in
Yep.
both of these movies she's kissed someone who's not her partner, and you know,
Hey.
they need to give her more to do.
But it
other
was
than-
women's rights and women's wrongs.
And it was
That's
Toby's turn
true.
to do that in 3.
Yes.
It was Toby's turn to do that
No, but
in the
she
next
also
one.
does it. She also does it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she kisses Harry.
That's her one
Hey.
thing. Yeah.
So
Yeah, they should give
it's
her.
always
I haven't seen those movies, but they should give her more to do, more character. But she could also kiss people who aren't her partners. Give her a little treat.
well,
It's a little
they don't
treat.
she does nothing else, unfortunately, except for like her whole
Yeah.
character is just boys. So, but
Ew.
the train part was insane.
No, true.
I also fucking hate Aunt May in these movies. I literally, oh man,
Ant-Man is in these movies.
Aunt May.
Aunt May.
Oh.
What if Aunt May was Ant Man? That'd be crazy.
Interesting.
The cage in the first one? I want to be in there with Aunt May. Like, give me the
The
chair.
cage?
Yeah.
Wasn't Bruce
Absolutely.
Campbell the referee?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the announcer.
He
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
he was great in this one as like the chauffeur who won't let him in. So
Oh,
That's two. Okay,
the
and I remember
matron
him in
lady.
3. Yes,
Three was
yes.
oh, he's the chauffeur.
Trailing.
Wasn't he? Yeah. Okay.
okay. After that, I watched Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker.
Oh yes.
I watched that while I was sick on
What's
Wednesday.
that?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It was. We'll talk about it. Then after I finished that, I watched Zombieland Double Tap, which was
Nice.
decent. Like,
Yeah,
I think
I've seen
both of
it.
them are decent movies. Neither one is like
It
amazing,
has
but
4
sorry.
good actors,
Yeah.
so no matter what, it'll have something to it.
For sure. So it was then last night, no, Friday night we watched The Shawshank Redemption because Trini had never seen it.
What's
Nice.
that compared to Butcher Baker and Nightmare Maker?
Honestly, same playing field. Can't decide.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
but,
Playing field.
what's funny is certain aspects of like Shawshank Redemption, Trini knew because of Last Man on Earth, because they go to Zihuatanejo. And
Oh, that's so good. That's good.
So like when he said,
That's so funny.
when he's talking to Red about Zihuatanejo, she was like, "Oh yeah, that's like what they mention in Last Man on Earth." And so I like explained
That's
that because she
awesome.
doesn't like the arc of Melissa, like kind of losing it in season 3. And so I was explaining to her like she is Andy Dufresne in that season. Like she thinks she is Andy
Yeah.
Dufresne, and so like it makes a little bit more sense, I guess. And she like carves a hole in the wall and crawls through it at one point. So.
Yep.
She had, but it was still like not spoiled. She didn't realize like the breakout and everything, so that was good. And then last night we watched Pleasantville,
Oh yeah.
which Trini had seen, so she wanted to show me. I really liked it. There's a couple of things that could have been done
Nice.
better. Like it gets a little bit into like race relations.
What are you gonna do?
But all the actors are white, so it's like the right themes, but there's like that the cast is not diverse, but it's because
Need
it's like from the
representation.
50 sitcom, so they're
got it.
all white for like, so it's kind of
And
like
we all know that black people didn't exist until the 1960s.
Yeah, I've seen Dunkirk.
oh,
Yeah.
So it was one, but it no matter what, it had the right theme. I know people have criticisms of it because they're talking about stuff and it's all white people talking about it, but
Yeah.
you know, honestly, that's like one part of the movie. That's not the whole aspect of it, and I actually really liked it.
Mhm.
So incredibly horny, so horny. Like, I don't know if you guys know
Ooh, on the watch list.
plot of this movie, but like, it's basically people breaking out of their sitcom like brains, and it's because they're in like a happy-go-lucky sitcom brain. So then when people start having sex, they like get colors to them, like they're not black and white anymore because they're breaking out of it. But then like half the town is just having sex all the time, and that's like what's happening. So there's one part where someone has an orgasm and something crazy happens. You guys just have to see it. It's insane. So
Sounds a little like Butcher Baker Nightmare.
so not at all.
How did you interpret Butcher Baker and Nightmare Maker? We'll discuss later.
Not at all what I expected the movie to be, but I did really enjoy it, and it was Tobey Maguire was actually really good in it. So I really think it's more of like
What do you mean, actually?
because he's so awkward.
What the fuck do you
He's
mean,
so
actually?
especially watching Spider-Man 2 again. He's
Oh
so
god,
awkward.
he froze.
Uh-oh. Am I back? Here we go. We're just gonna watch Sky.
Ooh,
in the
like I've been listening to podcasts with Maggie Lawson and everyone from
Yeah.
Psych, and she's in Pleasantville, so that got brought up
Oh.
like this week in what I was listening to. So I thought it was funny that Mark watched it.
That's funny. Oh, Mark's back.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So
Good.
that's all I did though. Sorry, mine was kind of long.
You're all good.
Oh, it's.
Let's do Matt.
Don't worry.
Me? Even though I had a very busy and stressful week, I realized we watched more movies than we normally do, probably to cope, if I'm being honest. So I'll start with movies because it's the most. We watched Romeo plus Juliet, and
yeah.
I really, really liked it. I was like,
Yes.
so something about when I read Shakespeare, sometimes I do have comprehension problems because I'm like, I don't know what that means. So watching the Shakespearean language but play out in like a modern setting helped
Yeah.
me so much understand what was going on.
Mm.
And also,
Ooh,
it's crazy. Like
Yes!
the guns are called swords and daggers and stuff. Hilarious. Mercutio,
Yes!
the best character. And
Yes!
also Tybalt,
Yeah.
like the way he was like a gunslinger. It was amazing. Like I really, really enjoyed it. I would rewatch that movie in a heartbeat.
Oh, that makes me happy.
It's my favorite Baz Luhrmann one probably.
That's awesome.
There's something about it. I'm like, this movie is
Yes.
chaotic, but in a really, really good way.
So, when I watched it in school after reading Romeo plus after reading Romeo and Juliet, and the movie started, and everyone in class, we thought it was a trailer.
Yeah,
movie
that's how it feels. Yeah.
At the beginning of the movie, and then it kept going. We were like, "Oh my god, this is the movie!" It was awesome.
Well, and then
It was amazing.
has everyone else seen it? Mark, have you seen it?
Yeah.
I haven't. I have
Luke
not.
hasn't.
Okay.
But it's
There's
okay.
No, it's just there's more actors in it that I recognize than I expected,
Yeah.
and I kind of want you
was
to
it-
just see
Paris.
Okay.
who.
Never mind. I won't. I won't.
Okay,
just-
there's a couple of people that I wanted to bring up, but I want Luke to see them.
Oh boy.
Anyway, okay, so we watched that, and then we watched Black Swan,
Oh my God.
which I love and have seen multiple times. Katie had never seen it, but she did ballet for a few years growing up,
Great.
and there were points where she's like, "This was like a little too close." And I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
So it's one of those movies where it's like, I feel disgusting. That was a good movie though. You know, like really good. Natalie Portman, so good in that movie.
Yeah.
We also watched Cloud Nine, the Dove
Oh
Cameron
my
movie.
god.
Yes.
I had never
Yes.
seen it.
I think we
And
had it on
it was one
DVD.
of those ones.
We did.
I never
watched
saw
it
it.
all the time.
Okay. Katie used to watch it all the time growing up too, so she showed me. And when Patrick Fabian's name came onto the opening credits, I was like, no way. I was like, okay, he's this blonde guy. She's like, it's probably her dad, and it was. And he was Patrick Fabian, so he's good. They also in that movie included that's not my dream dad, it's yours.
Yeah.
I appreciate that because it just makes me think of High School Musical. And then we watched maybe a couple weeks ago we watched the first half of Night at the Museum: Battle of the Smithsonian. And then we got back to it and watched the second half. Mark, your review was very funny because I think you gave it like 2 stars and you were just like, weird.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
That movie is weird.
The first act, like the setup, I think is super strong. And then once they actually get to the Smithsonian, the movie falls apart.
Yes.
It just is a fucking mess.
That's what I
after
thought.
that.
It felt like a disaster from when they actually showed up at the Smithsonian.
The setup is really good, where I was like, this might even have like a stronger setup than the first movie, and then everything fell to pieces. But
Part of the
No.
charm.
part of the charm, when they were in the Smithsonian, Orville and Wilbur Wright were played by Thomas Lennon and
Good.
Robert Ben Garant, and I recognized them immediately from a distance, but then they had closer up shots, and I was like, "There's my boys."
Have we been saying Robert's name wrong this entire time?
I don't know how it's said. I just
I
how
thought it
is
was
said?
Garant.
That's
But
what we've
probably-
been saying.
I don't know.
It's probably Garant. I just made a guess. But they're both in it and they wrote it, so that
Yeah.
was fun. Bill Hader plays Custer, which blew my General Custer.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
Oh my god.
blew my mind because I watched that movie a lot growing up and never clued in that it was Bill Hader.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we watched The Devil Wears Prada.
For full this time,
Which-
because you had seen
for
clips
full.
of it before,
I
right?
had I had missed the first probably 15 minutes, and then we'd seen more than we thought. We'd seen probably 45 minutes to an hour in a hotel room.
Mm.
Let me tell you, that first 15 minutes is crucial because I
Yes.
had a complete misunderstanding about Andy as a character. I thought it was her dream to work in fashion, and this was like Miranda breaking her spirit. I did not realize why she's so nonchalant about it is because she's like, I'm a journalist. I don't really
Yeah.
care about fashion. And then she like actually takes a caring. That was a good movie. That's a very
Yes,
funny movie.
Thank you. Her fucking boyfriend, her crusty
Nate
boyfriend.
Fox.
They changed that part. It would be a perfect goddamn movie. But her crusty ass boyfriend,
Well,
what
and
the
then-
fuck was that? And then they moved for him?
Well, yeah, and she's like, "Oh, I could move to Boston." I was like, "Wait, why? What the hell?"
See,
For
Andy,
Nate?
I know, Andy and Emily should have gotten together.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, because also I thought The Mentalist, what that guy, the character, you know,
Wait. There's a guy from The Mentalist in it?
the main guy from The Mentalist is the
Really?
other dude that she hooks
Oh.
up with. Yeah.
Wow.
And so the minute he came on screen, I looked at his hair and I was like, "Is that The Mentalist?" Because that's the only guy I've ever seen who has hair like that. Very
Night of.
pushy.
Yeah.
Night and day of the creeps with him.
Yes.
Hmm.
Either way, I really enjoyed that movie, and it's shocking that it came out the year after Mamma Mia because Meryl Streep
Yeah.
is like a different person. It's
yes.
crazy.
Also, Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci is awesome in that movie.
Yes.
That's a good cast in that movie.
Yes.
You know what I like
Um,
Stanley Tucci from?
Transformers Age of Extinction.
Oh, no.
Luke. Transformers: The Last Night, where he plays
Last
Merlin.
Night, okay.
A
Oh, when
different-
he's Merlin, that's right.
he plays two
I
different
forgot.
characters in that franchise.
Okay, and then Katie and I yesterday saw Challengers, which I suggest all of you see. It's
I'm
worth
s-
it.
I'm seeing it
Luca-
Wednesday.
Great. Luca Guadagnino. I hope I said his name right. I looked it up. He's really good. He made tennis so intense. So intense. And also, you know, someone on Letterboxd is like, you know, Luca Guadagnino has made a career out of making straight boys kiss, and I'm here for it.
I heard that he might give Greg Araki a run for his money for male butt content in his movies.
This is a really horny movie, too. Like,
yeah, that's
you know
the
what's funny?
point.
This movie doesn't have any, like, sex scenes.
That's what
but
I
it's
thought.
so
That's-
horny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I
Uh,
think is funny is that 3 people with anxiety are on a press tour to promote this movie that's all about sex.
Well, because, like,
I
it's
love
funny,
them.
too, because, how do you say his name? Mike, is it Feist or Feist?
I don't know, but I love him.
Yeah.
I know how to spell it.
Yeah, Katie saw some of the promos too. It's more like his character in that he is like very like soft spoken, a little like, and it's like very funny because he has to be like to talk about the stuff that happens in this movie, and he's like shy. It's worth seeing.
I guess.
And then we came home and watched Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker, which Katie and I had seen in theaters, and I wanted to warn you guys. I think they cut out a couple of the slurs. I know there are a lot in this version. I think there were more. Because there's a
Wow.
specific scene. The first time Bill Paxton is on screen in the basketball scene, I remember Katie and I both remember this. That's why I'm like, I don't think I made this up. We remember him dropping a hard F, and it was not in the version we watched.
So the movie's even better than the one they're showing.
So I just wanted to warn you, because there was another part too. I can't remember when, where we're like, feel like there was more slurs.
Well, Luke and I kept count of how many times the police officer said it in that one scene.
Yeah, the detective dropped more slurs in one scene, and we're like, I'm pretty sure
More?
we got around that.
Why only
that's
cut out
crazy.
some though? Because there was still like 15 in the
So,
movie.
our theory was that they kept the ones that they couldn't cut around because then the narrative would be incomprehensible because you wouldn't understand why everyone was upset or what was going on.
Mm.
Because there's one scene where he says, we counted, he says it 6 times in 2 sentences, basically.
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't think you can cut around that one because then later on you wouldn't know what's
Right.
going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, those were the movies I watched. I didn't really watch any TV. I didn't watch much TV. Katie and I have been watching The Bachelorette, but like from like a couple seasons ago. And I watched 2 episodes of Ghost today.
What's who's the Bachelorette that you're watching?
Michelle. It's from 2021.
That's the season before I started watching. I've heard about her, but
Okay.
I've not seen her.
I think she's probably my favorite Bachelorette that they've had. She's a school teacher and she doesn't put up with the guy's bullshit.
Was
As
like
soon as
Annie?
someone like does something shady,
I was about to
Yeah.
say so,
Annie.
like Annie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Annie, yeah.
as soon as they do anything shady, she sends him home immediately, and I'm like, thank you, my God. And books, Katie's been reading Dracula to me, Dracula's scary. He crawls around outside the walls on the castle, and it's scary. I'm like really close to being done with Heretics of Dune, but I may have jury duty on Tuesday, and I was like, I don't want to finish this, so I'm gonna bring Good Omens. If I have jury duty, I'm gonna read that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I finished Fallout, the TV show.
Nice.
And it's very good. Very, very good. Mark and I watched the Godzilla Kong movies. Kelly and I saw Late Night with the Devil, and it was really good.
Yes.
Really, really
I'm
good.
glad you liked it.
I really liked it. And I think that Kelly and I watched Multiple Maniacs last night. and that was something to behold. And then the night before we watched Kill Your Darlings, which is about hate generation and murder. And I think that's it. I'm caught up on Abbott.
I'm not.
And I've been watching Psych.
Nice.
Yes, I think that's it. Okay.
Okay, me. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go far back. Okay, so after I watched the last thing I talked to you guys about movies wise, I think was Performance. So then after that, I watched this movie from 1964 called The Leather Boys, which is British, but is one of the first movies to like straight up break the Hays Code and still be released in the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it wasn't the Hays Code because it was 64. Was it still in place in 64? It was some code that they like explicitly broke, and it still got released in the U.S. I don't think it was the Hays Code. I think the Hays Code was done by then.
Hays Code may have been done by then. I know that they stopped enforcing the Hays Code before it was officially phased out, so I don't know.
And it was like a production code, and it like explicitly broke it, and yet it still got released in the U.S., but it was British. Enjoyed that. Luke and I saw Late Night with the Devil, even though it was already on Shudder. We went to the Loft and watched it in the warehouse, and it was so good. I love that movie.
It was really good.
Awesome. I could watch that movie over and over again, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I showed Maya Death Proof. Love Death Proof. Favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. Love Death Proof. What I didn't know is that Maya has a deathly fear of car crashes.
Oh no.
And it was not the right movie to show them. They still loved it. Gave it a 5 out of 5.
Show them Crash next.
That's what I was saying. It would be a crazy double feature. Death Proof and Crash. But because like the ending of Death Proof is just so immaculate. Okay, and then I watched this French movie called Love Songs, which I did not know was a musical, but it is, and it was a very like depressed musical, very, very, very French movie. And something I don't know if you guys knew about me, one of my favorite genres of film is threesome movies. They're my favorite.
Nice.
Going to go see Challengers on Wednesday.
You're gonna like Challengers.
I love it. So I watched that. I had a good time. Then I don't know. I must be a fucking idiot because I said that Love Lies Bleeding was not playing down here, and then I checked a few days ago, and it's playing in theaters down here for the next few days, even though it's been a month and a half. And so Maya and I went to go see Love Lies Bleeding in theaters, and you know what? I fucking loved that movie.
I knew you would.
It's incredible. There was one part, Matt, so it was just me and Maya and one other person in the theater, and there was one point where something happened. All three of us went, "Oh!" at the exact same time. I love loser lesbians.
And you get that in full force in this movie.
Good, great movie. Everybody should go see it. Okay, and then Luke and I the night before that, watched Kill Your Darlings, which the Beat Generation has always been like my special interest. And so I was just here for the vibes, and you know what? The vibes were there. Was it historically accurate? Probably not, but the vibes were there.
What you gonna do?
Who knows? And then last night I showed Luke Multiple Maniacs, which, I think he has mixed feelings, but I have a great time watching that movie, and I love it. So, okay, and then TV shows. There was another TV show, but I can't remember it. Something very important that Luke and I started watching. So, look, Matt, it's crazy what you sent in the group chat yesterday, because Luke and I just started watching the Eric Andre show.
Oh no!
Important news. I knew that'd be your reaction. Important news. Luke did not know what the Eric Andre show was.
I knew who he
That's why we
was.
started it.
I didn't know what the show was or how it is, and it's beautiful.
So, Luke told me that he thought he knew of the Eric Andre show. He thought it was just like a show. And then I was like, no. So we are almost done with season 3, and we started it a few days ago. Yeah, it's immaculate. Yes.
I have seen some parts of it. I've only ever seen the still of the I'll drink to that. I did not realize I've never seen the full bit. So when you said ranch it up, I was like, oh, huh? And then I looked it up. I was like, "That was ranch." He was holding.
He drinks ranch. That's the character. Matt, it's crazy that we must have mind melded, because you've never sent Eric Andre in the group chat before, and then you do last night after Luke and I have been binging it.
You know what it is? I was like, you said bro, and I was like,
I did say bro.
The first thing I thought of was, cheers, I'll drink to that, bro. And so I was like, gotta send it.
Yeah, and I must have felt the urge to say bro because I've been watching the Eric Andre show.
I think that's it.
So we're on a really special endeavor right now.
Yes.
And then right before this podcast, Luke and I watched an hour and a half of a Harry Potter sequel. So we still have 2 hours left.
God. Okay.
And it's just amazing as always. So.
Yes.
Hi, Sky.
Hello, Sky.
I don't know. Oh, Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker. That was a while ago. Oh wait, that was before. Okay, I think I'm done. Am I?
Let's say yes.
So.
I forgot
Let's say yes.
important things.
Oh, me too.
The place that I'm at with Wizard and Glass is where it connects to the stand, and I think that you'll.
Cool.
I could tell it was connecting to it even without context. I looked it up to confirm because it just very much seemed like it was, and it definitely was. So when you get there, I think you'll enjoy. I'm not through that part yet, but I think you'll enjoy that. Also, for Kelly and Matt, I absolutely destroyed Luke in Switch Sports over the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We tied in golf, and I beat you in badminton once.
I beat you.
So
the
I
other
did
time.
win.
I beat you in tennis 2-3 times.
Okay, but who has more time playing Wii Sports? Nintendo Sports.
I don't touch that game. I do not touch that game. I haven't touched it since I bought it. To be honest, I've played it once at work when I brought it in for like a field day type of thing. That was inside. I don't know what's going on, but I just tried looking at that. But then Luke and I also played Lego Skywalker Saga, which is not as good as the complete saga, but it's all right.
There's too much in it.
But
it's good.
Yeah. Sorry, forgot those.
I forgot. Okay. Luke and I are caught up on Garrett. We've watched the newest
right.
spooky video.
Okay, I
very,
watched it
very
too.
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very,
watched
very good. I'm obsessed with how Val is like Gandalf, and they're Sam and Frodo, and Val shows them what they need to do. And then Luke and I just caught up on Chucky, and the last two
right. How
episodes
did I
are
forget about that?
fucking incredible. They are
I'm too
crazy.
behind.
Okay,
Crap.
yes, the last two. Yes, so
Okay.
the last two episodes, they are crazy. They are incredible. Something very specific and insane happens, and we need to talk about it once you watch it.
Okay, I'll catch up soon.
Okay.
I forgot.
I also want to.
Oh,
I also want to bring up. We've been watching Malcolm, and
Oh, yes.
one of the episodes we recently watched, the arc or like the plot is that they're playing the game. You look at this
Yeah.
below your waist.
Oh.
Did I cut out? Look at this
Yeah,
below
you-
your waist, and you get punched.
Oh.
and
That
Stevie
reminds me.
beat the shit out of Reese. So hell
Very
yeah.
Hell yeah,
Time
Stevie.
capsule show.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Kelly,
Okay.
I found out that the Hays Code lasted until 1968, but stopped being
Oh,
enforced
yeah.
well before
People were just
that.
like,
They
yeah.
were just like, whatever.
68, really?
Yeah,
well,
it
yeah,
said-
because that's crazy.
And then 69, you get like Midnight Cowboy, and they're like, no
Oh yeah, we
rules.
can't do yeah.
Yeah.
Midnight Cowboy. That's a funny poll.
It's the only X-rated movie to win Best Picture.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, gotta
And-
watch it.
I'm pretty
It's been
sure.
on my list forever.
X.
I googled it, and it said it was basically X-rated because it was too gay for 1969.
It's
yeah.
very gay.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay,
Every
that's
movie
it.
is gay when you really think about it.
When you put Cowboys in Manhattan, what do you want? Okay.
And make them codependently a homoerotic codependent friendship that ends in tragedy? Come on now.
Come on.
Come on. Speaking of gay movies, you guys want to talk about Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker?
I just want to say that I believe in equal rights.
That's the funniest review is linking equal rights. That is, what's his name in the movie? Billy.
That's
Billy
Billy.
might as well be Connor for real.
Billy.
Billy!
I want to get Mark and Luke's reaction because Kelly and I had previously seen this masterpiece. I want to get your first reactions.
Mark, you can go ahead.
I watched this while I was pretty sick. I had to pause it halfway through because I had to take a nap. Legitimately freaky. Like, I was legitimately scared of the mom in this. Like,
She's incredible, yeah.
so this goes on the scariest movies of all time list because she like legitimately freaked me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a
Do you
scene,
pronounce Tyrell? Is that how you pronounce her last name? Susan?
I believe.
Tyrell?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it was funny because Luke and I were watching it, and Luke was like, she's really good. And it's like, why are you surprised by that? This
There's-
is a good movie.
she's won an Oscar before.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
You want to say that
I did not know that.
Dad
Or-
walked by while we were watching this movie to take out the trash, and he went, "Oh, this is like a D side movie."
Yeah, this is
Rather than
I don't
B
know.
side. He was like, "Oh, this is like D level."
Damn.
There was a scene where she was yelling at Julie, and I was like legitimately like scared for the actress who played Julie because I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen right now because at one point she hits her in the head with a rock, and I was like, she really clapped her with that thing. My God.
Yeah, that was scary. That looked like she was hitting her hard. I really felt bad for Billy. I really liked Billy for the most part throughout this movie. I just felt bad for him
Justice
because everything was just.
Well, yeah.
And then the chief was just awful, or sheriff. What was it? Chief or sheriff or whatever.
Detective.
Detective.
Yeah.
He was awful, and so then he,
Bad at his
like,
job.
They were
Bad at his
absolutely
job.
terrible. Because like then the other cop is like presenting evidence to him, and he's just like, no, I don't want to hear
No.
it. Leave me alone. And I was just like, so that was super annoying. Her feeding the milk to him What or like dump?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So much milk.
Yeah.
So much milk in this movie.
When he passed out at his basketball game, I was like, that's just what happens when you chug milk before you play basketball.
Can he like run into the mat?
Yeah, he
Like, we used to
did.
do a PE. Yeah.
Everyone.
This and Teen Wolf are basketball games that last an eternity.
This movie was giving me Teen Wolf vibes
Yes,
for
the
parts of it. Yeah.
Everyone just walks into each other's houses if it's unlocked constantly in this movie.
Yeah.
That's just a thing. Like the nosy neighbor who kept coming in, I don't remember her name.
Love her though.
But she like stayed back
Yeah, I
because
don't
she
remember the name
suspected something weird and she tried to help. Like I thoroughly enjoyed this movie and was freaked out by it. And you never know with movies like this if it can be a D-side type movie and it's funny because of that, or if it's like legitimately scary and good. And this one was like one of those like legitimately I thought it was like I thought it was creepy.
It's both, yeah.
So many slurs. Oh my god. They said it.
Yes.
They said it once, and I was
So
like, "Oh,
many.
check the box." And then he just
There it is.
kept saying it. I was like, "Oh,
Say
shit."
it.
This one has more slurs
That
than
scene is
Monster
crazy.
Squad.
Yeah.
Monster Squad has like 2.
But it's so aggressive in the beginning.
No, it's not.
It's the
It's just
full
that a
word,
child's
and it's a
saying it.
6-year-old saying. Essentially,
It's not a 6-year-old. He's probably like 12.
Okay,
like
so
this
It's the
fine.
bully that says it, no? It's the bully that says it
It's big.
Yeah, he's this big. That's a 6-year-old.
on the screen.
Yeah. It's a good movie though. I enjoyed it and it freaked me out and it goes on the scariest movie of all time.
Yay! How many of the movies on the scariest movies of all time, your scariest movies of all time list, have I showed you?
Let's see.
Black Christmas, Shiva Baby, Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker.
Okay, so
What's the other one?
I
on that
only
list?
have 4 on there. So this would be the 5th one on there. Oh, I meant to add a different one actually. So Black Christmas, Shiva Baby, The Truman Show, Hereditary.
Oh.
And then hold on, there's something else that was meant to go on there.
Is it something we watched recently? Because I
think
feel like
so.
you said.
I think so. I don't
What's
know.
the last movie we watched?
Oh, scariest movie of all time.
Matt,
Bring
you
It On
picked
All
it.
or Nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was because I was afraid that certain things were going to be said. And only one of them was said. So,
So net win.
no, no.
Oh.
If you saw the movie, you'd understand, Matt. So that one goes on there too. But yes, this one goes on there for sure. So you've shown me 3 of the 6, Kelly.
Oh, half. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's like, is that bad or good batting average?
That's a good
It's
batting
good.
average.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Batting average.
All right,
Luke.
Luke, yeah.
Luke, give me
This
some of
is
your
another movie that the year of release is in question on multiple sites, but this one is like 7-year difference or
Yeah.
something. Like on IMDb it says 1981. On AMC Plus it said 1988, I think.
Yeah, it
Or
did.
87. So I sure by the end, solid movie.
So
And she did a really, really good job.
yeah. Did you like when she licked the milk off of his neck?
That was,
was
crazy.
Crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. Imagine seeing this with other people in a
I
theater.
like that they chose
That
to do
just
that
seems
after she revealed that she was his biological mother.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And we didn't know at all what this movie was going to be like when we saw it in theaters. Which it's hilarious at home by yourself in a theater.
Yeah. I'm so jealous.
When Detective Shit for Brains, what was his name? Detective Carlson got shot at the end, the whole crowd cheered and like clapped and like it was fantastic. And then the crawl that just like he was acquitted on all charges.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh yes,
yeah.
the crawl was really good. That was probably my favorite moment. Was the
Very
end.
end. They are currently attending Denver
Denver,
University.
yeah.
That's my favorite part.
There's some I noticed too, the actress who plays Julie kept looking familiar to me. She plays a teacher in Drake and Josh that hates
Oh.
Drake. Her name's Mrs. Hafer.
Whoa.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I was like, she
I
looks
know
familiar,
exactly
yeah.
Who you're talking about?
Uh, the cop, the other cop who's like trying to like help solve it was Gary's dad from Weird Science.
Mm.
Do you remember
was-
him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one was Gary?
It's very
Anthony Michael Hall.
Mhm.
Nice.
That
Wait, wasn't he also the guy that's in Happy Gilmore, or am I thinking of someone else?
he looks like him, but
Okay.
it's a different guy. Yeah, that guy actually just passed away recently.
really?
That's
Oh.
kind of sad. Yeah. He's just snooping outside Julie's house. I don't care what you think is important to your investigation. You can't snoop in the bushes and then ask a teenager if she just had sex.
Had
Okay,
sex. Yeah.
That
you
was
can't do
crazy.
that. I was like, why are you in the bushes?
The beginning of this movie is insane. Like,
Yes, it starts immediately. This movie starts.
Oh yeah.
This movie starts the fastest I've ever seen a movie start.
yes,
Just when I thought, because I couldn't quite remember, just when I thought, I was like, oh, they're not gonna explode the car. They explode the car.
Yep. Also, they did the Final Destination 2 before Final
Yes.
Destination 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
and the way it
Give
was
credit
yeah,
where credit's
hanging
due.
on.
But also the shot where
Yeah, that was
the
crazy.
shot
And
where
it
his
was
head
hanging.
goes back.
Did you guys know that
Also,
this
that
takes
baby
place?
was really crying. Sorry.
Yeah, that baby was
That was
upset.
actually kind of upset. And then it freeze framed. And then the car lost control. Okay, sorry. This movie?
It takes place in Arizona.
Yeah,
Yeah. They
'Cause
mentioned
every time-
Flagstaff and Sedona.
They did. They
Yep.
mentioned Flagstaff. How crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
didn't say
What the
Sedona's
hell?
Flagstaff, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which means
I didn't
That's
notice that the
crazy.
first time. Yeah.
they had to. They didn't establish where the main setting was, but it had to have been like somewhere bigger, right?
And
I
further
don't
north
know. It looked
because
North.
there were trees that they were
barren.
driving through, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah, they were definitely driving further north, but I, don't know
I'm
where.
sure
like,
it was filmed in California, and then they just said Flagstaff and Sedona to establish it
some
was
reason.
Arizona. Yes.
Yeah.
one of the only movies though that does Raising Arizona take place in Arizona?
No, the kid's name is Arizona.
God damn it! So just put your
Tombstone.
Baker Nightmare Maker.
Um,
Tombstone and then
Piranha.
first
Piranha.
30. Go ahead, Piranha.
Piranha 3 Double D takes place.
Yeah.
Wait, doesn't Piranha
The
3
First
I
20 minutes of Psycho.
No, it's 3D. You're right. It's not 3 Double D. It's 3D. You're right.
Wait,
it's
but what-
Havasu.
Is one of them?
Yes.
Yeah, because Cameron is from Lake Havasu, and he talks
Yeah.
about being his claim to fame is Piranha 3D.
Yeah.
That's-
uh,
but you know what he
Psycho,
says is
a little bit.
does
That's what I
does our
I already said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
um
What?
sorry, I was just saying that like what Cameron says is does our little city have any kind of claim to fame like Piranha 3D, and I can't say that we do.
No, the
Savage.
closest thing is Tombstone.
Wait, don't say-
Yeah.
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 Right?
Yeah.
So this cop, I love it. It's so funny because they're like, we need it. We need the audience to cheer for the cop getting shot at the end. So they
Yes.
made him as bad as you possibly could.
They made him
Like,
awful.
Not only was he the most homophobic character I may have ever seen in a movie, but then they have that scene where he like takes the guy in and is like berating him in bad broken Spanish. I'm like, oh my god.
And he's just like waving a gun at him or something.
Yeah, so it was like when watching it the first time, I was like, I can't tell what the filmmaker's intentions are. And then when he gets shot at the end, I was like, okay, I get it now.
She also
Yeah.
has a dog tied to a pole and has like a ladder or something in his
Oh, yes,
were
office.
he
they-
just has a ladder in his office,
Where
like
did
to
they
the
film
roof.
that? It looked
Yeah.
like a gym.
Luke couldn't stop talking about how the ribbons on his wall were crooked.
Oh yeah.
That's what pissed
Yes.
Luke off the most.
Yes, because if you're like from the military or something, you get
You're
these
from
medals.
the military.
Why would you hang him up so horribly?
You know what? That's a good point. You know who deserves, who deserved better was Coach Landers. That guy was
Yeah.
always looking out for Billy. He showed up. Billy said, "I need help." He showed up. No
Yeah.
questions asked. This poor guy.
But he didn't die.
He didn't.
No.
And you know
And he-
what? I fully expected him to the first time I watched this movie.
Right? When the detective's talking to him, I love the little detail of how sweaty his armpits were.
Yes.
It's like, this man is sweating.
No, because this is kind of crazy, like, because this movie was definitely 81, not 88.
Yeah.
It is kind of like a really, isn't it? Like, that's a lot of people know it because of the portrayal of gay people in 81, that it was this horror movie that was actually, like, had a favorable portrayal of gay people, which was so, rare.
Yeah. I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop, and I was like, "Oh no, when
Yeah,
are they gonna
and
do
it just-
something really bad with it?" And they didn't. Like, it was actually like very like,
was, like-
charitable, charismatic. You know, it was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
all
It's
right,
like, he's the good guy.
right."
Cheer when the homophobic shot cop gets maybe shot in the dick. I'm confused about that one shot where it's like the back of him, and it's like, you know,
We can say it was his dick. Why
we
not?
could say it was his dick. Sure.
I like
This would go crazy. This would be a crazy double feature with Freddy's Revenge. This would go
Oh my
crazy.
god.
I
Sorry,
like
Mark,
that
go ahead.
Billy never wavered on his coach. Like, they were trying to get him to be like against him, and immediately he's like, no, like, he's been nothing but great to me. Like, I don't care that he's gay. It was like, even though they're just trying to get him to be like, it's like, I don't know, say stuff against him.
It was
He
funny.
was just like immediately like, no, he's a cool
He's like,
guy.
no way.
It was funny watching this with Luke because we paused it like a little bit after the scene where the cop said the F slur like 20 times, and I was like, Luke, tell me if this will be a good movie on the podcast, and he went, I'll let you know. And then the scene came up where they're eating dinner, and Billy goes, there's nothing wrong with the coach, and Luke goes, okay. Like, okay, Billy.
Yes.
In that scene, the way that Susan Tyrell says the word homosexual, I was like,
Yes.
that was basically a slur. The way she said it. There's so much milk too during that scene and all the
Yes.
other scenes.
I
Was that
appreciate
a thing?
Oh, go ahead, Matt. You were done.
I was just gonna say, in the 80s, were they like pushing people to drink a lot of milk?
Well, I think it's because, like, the milk in film is always just used as a
Yeah.
representation of, like, children
Motherhood.
and
Yeah,
motherhood.
okay.
Yeah, and it's always like villains who are drinking milk, and there's a whole thing about why that is in movies. It's because it's supposed to be like an innocent drink that children drink, and then when the psychotic villain is drinking it, it's supposed to give you like an off feeling.
Oh.
Like No Country for Old Men or
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
good point.
thing, but there's just an excessive amount in this
That's so
movie.
much. Mark?
I appreciate that from the get-go we know that she's evil, but we don't know that she's his real mom. Like, you just assume that
Right,
she wanted
right.
him as a baby. Like, I never second guessed that. So when it's revealed that like she had given Billy to her sister and her sister's husband because she couldn't take care of him but then wanted him back, I was genuinely surprised because they reveal in the
Right.
beginning
Yeah.
that she's bad, which I
Gagged
liked,
you.
and then but I just assumed she wanted the kid, like, oh, let me steal
Yeah.
their kid. But I liked that it was actually her son. It also made it like even creepier with everything that was happening.
Extra bad.
Ugh.
Yeah, extra. Ugh.
And she was like,
Um,
she
ugh.
called herself Billy's girlfriend at one point, and I was like,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Well,
sick
that's
in
the
bed,
point of
like,
the movie.
like dying.
Oh.
That's how about what was your first reaction when it was first revealed the secret shrine that she had in the back? Because I was like, what the hell is happening?
That was
It is
very
confusing.
Friday the 13th Part 2.
Yeah. Yes.
But when
Um,
did Part 2 come out?
And then
81?
Yes, I
That's
believe.
So
the
same
year.
year?
That's same year.
Yeah, it wasn't like, that's interesting because I didn't know if it was doing that, like, or if, like, you know how some of these movies like people might have seen, but because this is like not as popular, bigger franchises like steal from it and stuff like that. I
It
didn't know
takes
if that was
stuff.
the
Yeah,
case
right.
or opposite, or it just kind of seems like they both had the same idea of like the shrine for it, but
Yeah, right. It
Yeah.
how about when it was first revealed that the body was in that little space, but it was like 1 second shot of it, and
Yeah.
then immediately goes,
Yeah.
Oh my
whoa!
God, yeah.
It was like so quick. It
Oh.
didn't give us a single second to process it. but then his head was in the jar. You
Which
know what?
why? I don't know. Okay.
I don't Sure.
Yeah, that was it.
Good movie.
I forgot about
movie.
that. I'll say,
The-
like,
I
as
love-
you guys are saying this stuff, it's like, you know when you watch stuff when you're sick, and like
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
it feels like fever dream. Like as you guys are saying this stuff, it's like clicking back for me. I
Yeah,
forgot that I even showed the dead body, and the fact that his head
Because
was in
it was
the
for
jar.
1 second.
Well, the head in the jar
Yeah.
was more confusing.
Yeah. I love that Billy's only personality trait is that he likes basketball. He
Billy
likes basketball. And he's not homophobic.
Yep.
I knew it
Billy?
was a bad idea to send. Julie was that his girlfriend name?
Yeah.
Julie.
It was a bad
Julie.
idea.
Oh
to
yeah,
send-
that was not smart at all.
That was not thought
No.
through at
when
all.
he sent her as the distraction.
Yeah,
oh,
like
Mark Frozen.
he is already questioning his mom's sanity, and also, she already hates Julie. So it's like, why send her
Yeah.
to distract?
Because he's dumb. He's a dumb, stupid idiot boy, and we love him. He likes basketball.
That's all
Well,
he
I-
likes.
I was
Even-
shocked that Julie lived.
Right?
She
Um,
died 3 times.
Aunt Cheryl even tells Billy how stupid he is at one point. Do you
Yes,
remember that?
Yes, I
When
did.
he's
It
like-
was so funny.
She's like, you can't go to college, you're too dumb.
Oh,
Yeah.
essentially.
yeah.
Well, she's like, he says, they say that I could get a full athletic scholarship. And she's like, well, but we can't afford it. He's like, I just said full athletic
Yeah, I thought
scholarship.
Guys, we just watched an episode of Malcolm in the Middle where Lois is asking all the boys in the family, Hal included, that why does she always have to ask for them to do like the bare minimum? And
Yeah.
in the most genuine way, Hal goes, Lois, that's never going to happen. And then we're like, what? And he goes, we're too stupid for that. And then in slow motion, they fight a gang of clowns for Lois. Pretty good. Anyway, it
Good
reminded me of that. We're too stupid for that.
That actress has a small part in Pleasantville, and I freaked out.
Really?
Yeah,
Jane? Oh,
No
don't know how to say her
way.
last name. I love her though. She's
Yeah.
incredible.
she has a small.
That's
part.
awesome.
Yeah, she's cool.
The actor who plays Billy multiple
Yes.
times did this thing where his tone in the middle of a sentence shifted from like normal to pure anger. Like, out of nowhere. And then Julie like didn't react like he was angry. I was like, what's the tone supposed to be?
This movie though, like, it made me care about Billy and Julie.
Yeah.
And it was a good movie.
Good
Movie. I straight up because first like she hits her Julie in the head and then the blood's on the fridge and we
Mhm.
think she's dead and then she hits her with the rock and we think she's dead. I thought
And then
Julie
she's
like
back.
the
Yeah.
second she was introduced, oh my god, the way she's introduced is so funny because it's Billy playing basketball
It's-
and it keeps freeze framing.
Yeah. And all the pictures are
Because she's
bad and
taking
blurry.
pictures. Yeah. Second she was introduced, I was like, oh, she's gonna die, and she didn't. She attends Denver University with Billy.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
does. But they didn't say if he got a full athletic scholarship.
He must have.
No.
He's too
Yeah,
stupid
he's
to
too
have not.
stupid. Nah. Sorry, the freeze frame reminded
There
me of
was-
something in Spider-Man 2 real quick.
Yeah.
Luke and Matt specifically.
Yeah.
It was really funny watching this in theaters because when the raindrops keep falling on my head, you remember how we hated that part as kids? And I'm like fine with it now.
And then he like,
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
that freeze frame or whatever. But like that's when he loses powers. I saw 4 people get up to go to the bathroom when that scene started. Like immediately when it started. And then when Aunt May
because they knew.
and then when he's talking to Aunt May and tells her about Uncle Ben, also the part that I fucking hate Aunt May, I saw 3 people get up to go to the bathroom as soon as that scene started. 'Cause
Really?
people know the scenes. It was just really funny because those were like, as kids, we like did not care about those parts because
The
they're
ones
not
were, like,
actiony. So like, it was really
boring.
Yeah.
funny because like
Yeah.
those are like the bright scenes, so it's like the whole theater's lit up, and then like I could just see
And
people
then-
all get up and go to the bathroom at the same time.
You know what I'll say? Last time that so Katie hadn't seen them, so we watched the Sam Raimi ones. I have a newfound respect for the raindrops are falling on my
Yes, me
head
too.
scene. It's funny.
Yeah.
It is funny.
I do too.
I
I just thought it was
appreciate it.
funny because that was us as kids.
Yeah.
Sorry for the.
That'd be like
Yeah.
it's like the cheer up Charlie part where everyone always shits on it, and it's like it's part of the charm now, you know.
That would be the case if you saw it in theaters though. Like if you have to go to the bathroom moment, I still get going during those moments.
It's probably then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kim.
There.
Huh?
I said sorry, Kelly.
Was
but it
this?
came out weird.
I thought that it would. I had a note for Butcher Baker, a different way they could have got a scene. So Billy playing basketball, right, or something, and the detective comes up and grabs the ball. I thought it would have been so funny if he went like that and it like went through the kitchen window or something. Like he completely fucking missed.
That'd be good.
So, like, he sunk it, and I was like, oh man.
I really wanted
That's
him.
funny though.
I wanted him
Billy's
to throw
little moped.
I wanted him to throw the basketball against like at the back of his head, but it to be like Dawson's Creek, where it bounces.
God, what does he say? Check it, Oompa Loompa.
Oh
Hey,
my God.
ladies.
That would have been incredible if that happened. God, the detective sucked.
Yeah.
And not only
Uh-oh.
This movie is also called Night Warning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, why is that?
no idea.
That has no relevance to the plot whatsoever. Why is it called Night Warning?
I think
Why wouldn't you
I read
name it
was
something if
a
you had?
distribution thing? They were trying to rename it to get it to sell more when it became out on video, I think, or something like that. Because
why
when
didn't-
movies don't do good,
what-
they do that. I don't know.
But why
Yeah.
pick a title that has no relevance to the plot whatsoever? It's a part of the charm. Yes,
Why?
ma'am?
Yeah, why wouldn't you name it something like Mommy Dearest or something where it's
Yeah.
like related to motherhood or like the kid
No.
or something?
Night Warning.
Night Warning.
It's like they did that with I Come in Peace and
Oh
Dark
my god.
Angel. Yeah.
That was a crazy pull, Mark.
That movie's called I Come in Peace.
Isn't it something with aliens?
Yeah. We watched
Like it
Yeah.
still matched it more than Night
Huh.
Warning. Dude, I can't remember.
I don't either actually.
You expect?
Yes, I Come in Peace, Matt, was Dark Angel originally. I think originally it was Dark Angel, and then they renamed it for the video release. The most recent case of them doing that was the Live, Die, Repeat for Edge of Tomorrow. Like, they still do it technically, but now they do it as like a... They did Live, Die, Repeat,
Like a colon.
Edge
Yeah.
of Tomorrow,
Well-
so people know what it is.
But
I didn't
movies
know that.
still have different titles in different countries.
That is
True, in
true.
different
So-
countries. I'm talking about like they did that in because Live Die Repeat
Re-release,
was the
right?
book title, but they did that because it didn't
Right.
do
Wait.
as good as they wanted it to, so they like renamed it. Like all the DVD covers said Live Die Repeat in big letters. So
Was that the name of the book? I thought it was something else.
oh, All You Need Is
I
Kill
think-
is what it was. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what the original one was.
Yes.
No, it's fine. Billy falls down the stairs twice in this movie.
Okay, the second
Ooh.
time when he's like
He-
wobbly like, I was like, I turned to Katie. I was like, I think he actually hurt himself. That looked very real.
Like it. The first time though, he got scared by a rat, and he like falls down the stairs like doing like somersaults, and it's like in slow motion.
There's like a dish crashing sound, and I was like, were there dishes in there? What was that? It was
Some
like
stupid idiot boy.
it was like Wet Hot American Summer with the pottery smashing.
Yes.
Iconic, really.
Yes.
Iconic.
Oh, Billy. The detective? Well, it's like not only is he just like a bad person, you were right, so bad at his job.
It's bad
He's
at
like,
his job.
we have an eyewitness who's saying one thing. He's like, let me trust my homophobic gut
Yeah.
and point a gun at this kid.
Yeah, so true, so true.
But also when the other cop comes in after he's shot, he's just kind of like, all right.
That cop was like, yeah, we all hated him too.
Yeah.
I was worried. I thought it was gonna end with him going to jail for killing. And
Right.
Yeah.
regardless. But he's just like, and then he like nods to Julie to go like with him. I'm like, he just shot the detective, and he's just like, yeah, because he knew.
Yeah.
he knew.
Yeah. He's
Respect-
like, I'm just
respect to
glad
that
not, it
cop.
wasn't me who had to do it.
Yeah, respect to him, because he did not care.
He's like, you actually just saved us a bunch of trouble. Me and some guys down at the precinct were planning on doing this ourselves in a
right.
little bit.
God, he was horrible.
I'm so glad that he gets his comeuppance though, because so many of the
yeah.
movies from the 80s, it's like characters we're supposed to like are acting like this, and you're like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Why are we supposed to root for them?
That's what worried me. Like
Yeah.
the same thing with you, Matt, where you're worried about the other shoe dropping. I
Yeah.
didn't know if Billy was gonna like be like, okay, you guys are right, and like I don't
Right.
like you never know with movies, so I was worried about that. But I was very glad
Well-
that was not the case. It was just like
Yeah.
this detective is actually
Yeah.
just awful.
Well, I think
Right.
that's a part of like the charm of the movie is that you
Yeah.
fully expect that that's what the movie is gonna be because it's this random horror movie from 1981, and then it's just like kind of just completely subverts the the expectation.
Yeah.
But, like not on purpose. It's just like no, it's exactly what you think it is. We're gonna
So-
kill him later.
Speaking of subverting my expectations, especially the first time, I was expecting there to be introduced an element of like religion's going to be important because there's so much
So much.
religious iconography, and it doesn't factor
Oh,
into the plot
yeah.
at
Oh,
all.
there was a shot where in the center of the frame, I think, is a big
Yeah.
picture of Jesus' face, but what you're
Yeah.
supposed to focus on is the door open. But I didn't
Oh,
see
yes.
the door open because I was
You're
just
just like-
focusing on the picture.
I mean, like, yeah, filming wise, your eyes go to the picture, but that's not
Yeah.
what we were supposed to notice. But the scene, oh my gosh, right after she kills the like electrician guy and she's like stumbling backwards covered in blood, this movie is scary.
This movie is scary. She's very unhinged.
Yes. Oh, I mean, and then Billy comes into the room and she immediately starts wiping the blood on him, like on his
Yeah, just-
face.
I thought it was funny that she wiped up the fridge blood with her scarf, which was just gonna be more noticeable, which doesn't come
Yeah.
out, but like that was her like logic was to wipe it up with what she's wearing it around her neck.
Yeah.
When Detective Carlson is first introduced, I was like, it's a really bold choice as a detective to come in. This woman is saying, I killed him in self-defense because he was
Yeah.
attacking me, and he goes, my gut says you're a fucking liar, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna berate you now. It's like, oh, you don't want to give it 5 minutes of thought first?
Yeah. Exactly. Bad at his job. Fuck that guy.
It's like, yes, she's lying, but why is
Yeah.
that your gut
He-
instinct and like
because-
go to?
Yeah, even if she wasn't lying, he would have had that same reaction. Because that guy
Exactly.
sucks. But also,
Yes.
she sucks. Get away from that little boy.
Please, get at least
Away from
50
your
feet.
son.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get away
yeah,
from your
please.
son.
Also, did you guys? There's like a book, but it like
Uh-huh.
has the same release date as 1981. It has the same release date as the movie, I think.
I heard about that.
Was this
Is the-
based? Okay.
I don't know if the book is based on the movie or if
I
the
think they
movie is
adapted
based
it.
on a book.
I think they like adapted it before the book actually released.
Whoa.
Oh,
whoa.
like they did
They
with
were
2001:
like,
A Space
they were
Odyssey.
writing a book,
What?
and then they changed it. I thought was what I read.
Yeah, that makes sense. They did that with 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh.
Is that a Heinlein book? It's a famous it's a famous sci-fi writer, and he was like working on the book, and he and Stanley Kubrick were like talking to each other, and then they both realized like, oh, it's Arthur C. Clarke.
Oh, L. Ron Hubbard.
Yes. I'm pretty sure that was the one, and then they both realized like we're gonna diverge here, and it's just gonna be okay because Arthur C. Clarke was like, I don't want to do that.
This movie is also known under the title The Evil Protege sometimes,
What?
which makes less sense
That's-
than Night Warning.
That makes much less sense.
Because the
Where did
protege would
Evil
be like
Protege come
Billy,
from?
but he's not
At
the,
all.
the bad.
don't know. I don't know, man.
Okay, so sorry, I'm on a one-track mind right now. 2001: Space Odyssey. I just had to clarify.
Yes.
It was based on a 1951 short story by Arthur C. Clarke. He turned
Ah.
that into 2001: A Space Odyssey, the novel that came out in '68, in
Oh, wow.
conjunction with the movie. So they decided to adapt this short story and both do projects at the same time.
That's
Interesting.
So I'm wondering if Butcher Baker was something similar. and
Yeah.
that's why they called it that. And like maybe it makes more sense in the book.
Oh no.
I don't know.
I will say I love the title Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker. It is
It's
such a
memorable.
mouthful, and it's definitely memorable, and it's fun to say. It's like, but the title does make sense because it's a nursery rhyme, right?
That's
But
true.
Butcher Baker and the Candlestick Maker.
Yes.
But Nightmare Maker.
Maker.
Oh, I didn't know there was already a
apparently.
thing. Butcher Baker candle. What is that? Candlestick maker? I
It's-
didn't know.
It's Butcher Baker and the Candlestick Maker.
Yeah.
So why did you think they named it that?
I didn't even think about it.
Even think.
No, it was just
Yeah.
a cool name.
It's like Night Warning. Yeah.
Except Night Warning.
Apparently another title. So true. Another title for the movie is Mother's Dead. At least it has the word mother in it.
Okay.
That was definitely in the first brainstorming session, and they're like, "Well, it's a placeholder. We'll fix it later."
Yeah. Well, who he
Right.
thinks is his mother does die
Is dead.
in the first
I
scene.
guess if you put mother in the title, it kind of gives away a little bit because the whole time you're supposed to think it's his aunt, right?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah. What makes more sense is Butcher Baker
Booker Baker,
Maker.
Candlestick Maker. That'd be funny if they were just like, don't even put the
Don't even
fun."
change it.
Yeah.
Guys, do you know how IMDb added keywords?
Mhm.
Like if you
Oh,
scroll
did
down
they?
on a movie, it has keywords under plot details, and the first one is sexually repressed woman. And then the second one is basketball. Guys,
That's
there are
really good.
there are three types of people in this world: sexually repressed women, basketball, homosexuality. Those are the first three.
The fourth one is aunt nephew relationship,
And
and
then
the fifth
gay
is gay teacher.
One of them is just addict.
Also,
like not addict, addict.
not to, one is just closeted homosexual, which not true.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Homophobic cop.
Not to split
oh.
hairs, but he was a coach, so and
Oh,
not
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
teacher, so
True.
One is milk.
No.
Yeah.
This one's so milk.
Also, car falling off a cliff. Oh, video nasty. That's fun.
is this one a video nasty? I wouldn't
I read
consider
something
it
that it was considered.
Huh,
I-
I wonder
I-
why.
Oh, because they considered like everything that had blood and sex in it a video nasty at one point.
Weird. This says male
That were
nudity.
labeled.
When
His butt is shown.
is
When he's
that?
getting in the shower.
Oh, I guess so. But is that
Is-
even nudity?
I have a question. Is butt nudity?
Honestly, if it's not full frontal nudity, I don't consider it nudity.
So true, so true. I mean, Eric Andre censors his ass crack when he's naked.
Oh, why?
Show so maybe it is nudity.
That's the
He's
one
naked a
thing he's
lot.
ashamed of.
He's naked a lot. Yeah. Let's see. Stabbed with a poker.
Oh yeah, so now
Hmm.
now they're spoiling things with it.
Prejudice.
Mother licks her son's face.
Really?
I want to see
That's a
what other
tag.
movies. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the only movie under that tag.
Okay, good. But someone had to create that tag.
Woman kisses a man's chest.
Ugh.
Let's see what else is on that. Ooh, Carrie
Oh.
Meat
and
tenderizer.
Possessor.
One
is
is
weird.
one is annoying aunt.
I guess. You mean like clinically needs psychiatric attention as
No, just
weird.
annoying. This is funny. There are so many. There are over 500.
Oh my god.
You know what else I love about this movie? It's an
Yes.
hour and a half.
Yes.
So true.
So true.
So true.
Um,
I'll never fail you guys with that. Watch the
and
next movie I'm gonna pick is gonna be.
There's
4 hours
something
long.
that I've
Mark
noticed
my words. Yes.
about it's mostly with Disney movies, but sometimes with movies like this. I think it's so funny and it puts me in such a good mood when a movie starts and doesn't even have 1 second of like lead in. It's just
Yeah.
boom, we've started, go. Yeah.
That's what I love.
Oh my god. Like the.
Yeah, don't
the
waste
stuff-
time.
The stuff from AMC Plus was still on the screen to where I couldn't even see the
Green,
title
and it was just like
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
And
within
then
the
car
2
crash.
minutes, car crash. We've already seen the title. We're already going. It's holy shit.
Go.
It's part of the reason
Basketball.
why I laugh. Speaking of basketball and starting immediately, I laugh so hard whenever we start watching High School Musical because there is no lead in either. It's just boom, start. There's like usually you see production company or like fade in up to black. Nope. It's New Year's
Right in
Eve.
there.
There's no apostrophe. We don't care. Just go.
That was crazy. That's crazy.
We can't even spell check. They're typing it as they go.
Matt, Luke and I now know what you meant by at the beginning of Late Night with the Devil. It kept going. The production company.
There were like 9 of them.
There were so many. It was amazing.
I just like it doesn't even
sucks
bother
you
me.
in.
Yeah, I was just like, because I just think it's funny. The longer
It's
it goes on, the
awesome.
funnier it gets. So
Yeah.
I was just like, keep going, come on, keep
Go,
going.
go. Yeah, there's
Because
so
there's
many.
always one that you think this might be the movie, and then it
Yeah.
isn't.
And then it's not. Well, sorry, not the movie that we're supposed to be talking about, but something that watching Late Night with the Devil actually scared the shit out of me sometimes because it was, and it's interesting because it's like if you watch it at home, you could be like, oh, you're watching it like it would be on the TV screen, but watching it in a theater made me feel like I was in the audience
Right?
of it happening, you know, because it like takes place in real time, and it's like it's a masterclass in building tension.
Yeah.
I was like,
There's something about because it's supposed to be like this is footage we captured and behind the scenes footage. There's something about the behind the scenes footage that makes it feel like you're watching something you're not supposed to, or you're like,
Yes.
oh my god.
Well, and I'm not gonna say it because Mark hasn't seen it, but like when I don't know how to explain it without it. They said something and it just like made me be like,
You're like, oh yeah.
like my entire body I was like, Anyway.
The actress who plays the young girl who's like possessed, so good.
Lily. Yes.
Lily, thank you. God, I could not remember her
Lily.
name. Lily.
Yeah. Everyone
she-
did a really good job.
She just kept staring down the barrel of the camera too. I was like, can you not?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, the skeleton in the audience? That's all I'm gonna say. What the
Okay.
fuck
Yep.
was going on with that?
That makes me wonder if there was somebody else there who had nefarious intentions. Because
No,
I
exactly.
noticed it,
Was that the
too.
devil?
right? Because they lingered on that person for like a
Yes.
second too long, and I was like,
It creeped
What's
me
going
out.
on?
Yeah, there was something, and there was also like a shot where it's like the shot in universe was like of the like plant in the audience, but you
Yeah.
immediately are staring at the skeleton guy.
I feel like too in scenes like that where you could see the whole audience like laughing. You know, when you laugh, you can
Yeah.
kind of see your body moving. Skeleton
Yeah.
was not
Well,
moving.
he didn't move at all.
Yeah.
Even like when he addressed it. That's why it
Yeah,
scared
he
the
was just-
shit out of me. There was something weird going on with
It was
that. Also, did
weird.
you know that the Grove is a real thing?
It as like a venue.
The Gentlemen's Club
Oh, I did
that
not.
he was a part. Yeah.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
scary. It's scary because those people. It's like True Detective season 1, where you're like, oh, the things people will do when they think
Yeah.
that it will bring them. I was getting Rosemary's Baby vibes.
Yeah.
Big time.
Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon were a part of the Grove. Does that surprise you at
No,
all?
only the best of us.
Oh. Anyway, sorry. I love that movie. But Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker,
Also, great movie.
also phenomenal movie.
The shot. Oh, I can't believe we haven't mentioned this. Where the detective is pulling the cord and gets his hand cut off.
Oh yeah.
I was
Oh.
expecting it to be like in Smokey and the One-Armed Bandit. Was that the one where we had the
Yes.
hand?
Oh my
that just-
god.
Oh my god.
I was waiting for that shot.
Jesus.
Uh,
It was exactly. You know what? I think we might
it
have
was very
inspired them.
similar. I think so.
think so. Yeah.
Mhm.
The hand. The hollow
Yeah,
hand.
oh,
Crazy.
the,
Hell yeah.
the neighbor. What was her name? I can't even
Margie.
remember. Margie. Her and her pickled
Icon.
tomatoes.
So
um,
funny. Her and her husband who are
Yeah,
just
she's like,
like
say you liked your pickled tomatoes. He's like, they were awful. She's like, well, then don't say anything.
Well, she's like, say you like them. He's like, they were awful. So she's like, well, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. He's like, I won't. Like,
Yeah.
what was that conversation?
I don't know.
it was awesome. It was great.
It
was
was
great.
awesome.
It was awesome.
I very rarely say this, but I think this movie deserves no notes. I think it's perfect as is.
Completely agree.
I love.
Would not change a thing.
Basketball's such a like. It's not, but I'm thinking of Teen Wolf. Like, why is it like an '80s thing that basketball is like the thing?
Yeah.
Like,
Whenever it was like a
Right?
teenage boy main character, it was like basketball.
yeah.
Yeah,
They played basketball.
it was something. When was Teen Wolf? What year? 80.
Luke,
I
Was it?
don't know.
you should
it-
know.
My
know when
guess
Teen
is
Wolf came.
85. My guess is 85.
It was like not only just real. It was 85. Good job. It was
I know my
not only
Teen
that
Wolf.
there was a long basketball scene, but like the way they film in the hallway. It's like a lot of this is giving me the same vibes as Teen Wolf. Just the way the high school looks.
Yeah.
It not in a bad way. But Teen Wolf is
No.
a funny ass movie.
Yes.
It
Luke's
is
favorite
interesting.
movie is
I
Teen
feel
Wolf
like-
2.
Teen Wolf also.
Because they do football a lot. I think it's just like basketball's probably the easiest to film. So if it's a jock, they want to make him like
Oh, true.
basketball. I feel like football has like that
Or
stigmatism in them that if they're a jock with football, they're an asshole. So if they're a
Yes.
good jock,
Yeah.
they put him in basketball.
They're
Seems like-
I was
basketball.
about to say
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
the nice athletic kids.
Yeah, I feel like that
It's
was just the
basketball.
move in
It
when, they,
is-
when they want them to not have muscles.
Yeah,
they-
and you can be skinny. Yeah.
And then
It
if
is
you want to
funny
be
though that Michael J. Fox, basketball star, all 5'4" of him.
That was what I was gonna bring up. Is with football, if you're filming football, it's easier to like you put a helmet on a stuntman or an
Yeah.
extra, whatever, and then like in Teen Wolf, his double is like 6'3" out there. It's like,
The werewolf powers.
he's I'm like
wait.
that man's legs come up to
In,
here.
in Teen Wolf 2, does he
Michael-
also play
Love him.
basketball?
No.
He's like he sings at one point, but he's not a singer. He's like a nerd.
He's a nerd.
Really?
He's a nerd.
He's a nerd.
Wait, no, he's a
Oh.
boxer. Luke, he's a
Boxer.
He's a
Of course.
boxer.
Of course. That's the
Wait,
end. That's
He's bad at boxing. He's
I
a
was gonna
nerd.
say-
Doesn't want to box.
nerd.
He's a werewolf though, and then he's really good at boxing, and people are exploiting the fact that he's good at boxing when he's a
Mhm.
werewolf.
Mhm.
What?
I
The
couldn't
movie
see
took
Jason.
a lot out of me. What?
a good movie.
But there is no car surfing. I don't think.
What's the point?
I don't
even?
think so. I don't
Then
think
what's
so.
the point?
Is there anyone named Styles wearing fun T-shirts that say "Who you looking at, Dick
Uh,
Nose"?
Styles is in it, right?
Styles is in it. I don't think he says
Hell
the F
yeah.
slur this time though.
Dang
Yeah,
it!
no. But he's in
No.
it.
The guy who plays Styles directed, I think, an episode of Sunny.
Really?
There is an episode of Sunny where Mac is wearing one of the shirts Styles wears in Teen
Yes,
Wolf.
the Dick Nose one. That's
the
where
Dick
I've
Nose one.
seen it before. Yes.
I think I heard Rob McElhenney say that was because the director was Styles from Teen Wolf because he
That's
mostly
what?
directs now. I'm gonna look him up.
That's funny. Well, because yeah, I was like, I think we watched it, Luke, and I was like, that'd be something Mac would wear.
Yeah.
And it's because he does wear it in
Okay,
the show.
I
Mark,
found it.
Mark's camera cut out or something.
Oh no.
But
Well,
what?
I'm still here.
He's
you guys keep going.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
In season 3, Jerry Levine, who plays Styles, directed 5 episodes of Sunny.
Wow.
Do you want to know which ones they are?
Yes.
The gang finds a dumpster baby.
Wow.
Sweet D's dating a
Redacted.
redacted person.
Yeah.
Mac is the serial killer.
Oh my god.
Dennis looks like a registered sex offender, and Bum's making a mess all over the city.
Wow.
Wow.
So I
That's
think
awesome.
I think Mac may have actually worn the shirt way later in the show,
But-
but he wore it because he knows Jerry Levine now.
That's really
That's funny.
cool.
That is cool. That I almost wish I hadn't watched Teen Wolf so that I could have picked it for the podcast because
You still can.
but I've never seen Teen Wolf 2.
No, you
so
haven't. No, you haven't.
because I feel like it's a perfect like podcast type movie to talk about cuz it's insane.
Just fun times. Nothing too serious. Michael J. Fox becomes a werewolf. What's not to like about it?
Hilarity
True.
ensues. Mark, have you seen it?
No.
Mark's the only
Okay.
one of us who hasn't.
Yeah, I need to.
It's I think you would have a I would love to be there when you watch it. Like
It's
it's
a-
one of those
with
type of
somebody,
movies.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. For Butcher Baker, I don't think I have anything else. But when you guys are saying stuff, it does bring up more in my head. But I don't have anything else off the top of mind.
I don't either.
We talked through most of the plot points because the movie is fairly short.
Yeah.
it short and packs a punch, and we love that.
So true, so true. I mean, if nobody has anything else, we can start the bracket. We could.
I think
go
we
through
should.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
Are we? Because Kelly, you're gonna be Mark. You're out next week. Kelly, you're gone the week after that. Should we just put the podcast on hiatus for a little bit?
So
What?
It's up to you guys. You guys can still record when I'm not here.
What I thought was that because it would be like 3 weeks essentially.
Right.
So I'd rather, if we can, do stuff so that we don't go on hiatus because we have a tendency to do that and then never come back.
Yeah.
So my thought was we could do each one of us pick a movie for those 3 weeks. Tell Katie I say hi.
Yes,
Yeah.
hi, Katie.
Katie!
Hi. So I was thinking because I was gonna pick one this week. I'll pick one for us to watch. Then I don't remember Luke and then Matt or Matt Luke.
Yeah. Okay.
For those
Cool.
3 weeks because I just can't this week, and then the 3 weeks after, or when Kelly would be out. So we'll just pick movies because we have a plethora of movies. I feel like that can work with the three of us.
Kelly, I was looking for your list of movies that you would never ever want to watch to see what I should pick.
I deleted that, I think.
I think you did because I couldn't find it, but
because my mind has been open to Jackass, and all of those were on there, so I just deleted.
Oh, I gotta make the super cut for you. Remember with taking out all the puke and the pee and stuff like that.
We've been watching the Eric Andre.
Oh, okay. Then you're
I'm a worse person now. You can just
I'll show you the clip of Eric Andre in Jackass Forever.
Really?
That
makes sense. Actually, why am I surprised? Why am I surprised? You need to watch The Righteous Gemstones. You guys can pick, you can do movies that you think I won't like. I know Luke already has one ready. But you could also just pick a movie that you want to pick. Do whatever. You don't have to go around just because I'm not.
But I have multiple movies that I would pick. And I still can for the podcast, but I know it wouldn't be your jam, so it's might as well just do it.
This would be the time to do it.
I'm glad that you had said that, Mark, because I had one movie where I was like, I'm gonna do that on my next one, and it's one where it's I do not want to do it without Kelly. So I'm
sorry.
I'm gonna. No, don't be sorry.
Okay,
it's just
okay.
I want to experience it at the same time
Wonder
you
what
do.
that is? Okay. Wait, no, I'm excited. What we could also do.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
I was so scatterbrained this week that I was like, I don't remember whose turn it is, and I was like, I don't have a backup, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh,
it's not your turn. It's
Thank
Mark's
God.
turn next.
I couldn't remember.
But what could be? You guys can pick movies that you think won't be my jam. But what could also happen is when I come back from the road trip, I watch all the movies that you guys pick and give you my rundown on the next.
I
So
think
many
that
just movies that aren't
depending on what the
jam,
movies
it's
are, you may not want to
it
touch
does.
some of
I
them.
might just be like, yeah, it's fine.
So I do have one picked out, as long as you
good.
guys agreed to that. So, but we could do our brackets
Awesome.
first.
Okay, and so I'm not gonna. This is the last one before my trip, because
Yeah.
we're not recording next week.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless technically
okay,
you
brackets.
three can if you want. I'm just down for the count.
You're the one who records it.
Oh,
You're
right.
the leader, so he done.
You're the leader,
the
and you need to
leader.
tell me what I like and what I don't like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
I'm the leader.
wait. Okay. Disturbing. Our options are Little Miss Sunshine, Moulin Rouge, and Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker.
Moulin Rouge is
Butcher
more-
Baker, Nightmare
Butcher
Maker,
Baker.
number one.
Okay.
Over Moulin Rouge. Yes.
My vote's that, but
Okay,
I'm good with either one.
Genuinely, is your vote Moulin Rouge over Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker?
To be funny, yes.
I think I think
Not
Moulin.
genuinely.
I think Moulin Rouge is more
It's true.
unhinged, but I
Yes.
think that
Okay.
Butcher
I agree.
Baker is
You
more
know what?
disturbing.
I would say
Distur-
because of the milk, it puts it over the top.
The milk.
yeah.
Yes.
Licking the sun's face.
That, yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. The whole themes of the movie. We have to put this first. Okay. Disturbing. Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker, Moulin Rouge, Little Miss Sunshine.
Yes.
Okay. Gay.
Okay.
Mm.
Well.
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge.
As a vibe.
Are we talking
It's
about?
got the vibes to it.
The vibes. Yes.
It's about the film. It doesn't matter what the content of the film
Okay.
is. I've explained this to Luke multiple times.
Yeah.
Movies
So-
are gayer when they're not explicitly gay.
That's true.
So, but then the question is, is it Little Miss Sunshine above Butcher Baker or the other way around?
Honestly, okay. Well, no, just genuinely, what do we think the gayest one is? Butcher Baker?
Moulin Rouge.
Is it in the same order? Do you think it's the same order of? Wait.
There is an argument to be made about Moulin Rouge because of vibes.
Yes, this is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Is do we
Moulin
think Butcher
Rouge-
Baker number 1
Mm.
or Moulin Rouge number 1? Because
Let's-
Moulin Rouge, I will happily put number 1.
Let's put Moulin Rouge number one.
Alright.
Do you two agree? Okay,
Talking
Moulin
about
Rouge,
gay.
and then Moulin Rouge, and then 2 movies with gay characters.
With gay characters who are portrayed well for the times that the movies came out. Because I would say that Coach Landers isn't given a lot to do, but at least
Nope.
it was like
For the
not
time it came out.
bad. Yeah.
True.
But vibes of the movies, I would say Butcher Baker,
For sure.
Yeah.
Susan Tyrell camping it up.
Mhm, mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
okay, and then Little Miss Sunshine.
Actually, I do want to bring up that in Butcher Baker, Susan Tyrell talked. Someone asked if she was into women, and she basically went, "I'm not insane" or something. Went, and so don't know.
Very gay.
Yeah.
Sad. Sad.
Little Miss
Little
Sunshine,
Sunshine.
is probably number 1 for me. Yeah.
Vibes. Luke, you so far I think you remain undefeated.
And the sad.
Little Miss Sunshine, then Moulin Rouge and Butcher Baker.
Yes,
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree too.
Oh, okay. I was just saying the 2
No,
movies we
no.
had left, but in
Well,
that
Oh,
order.
I think that's the order.
yeah,
Yeah,
that is the order. Okay. Unhinged.
Mulan.
Butcher.
Moulin
No,
Rouge.
wait.
Moulin
Moulin Rouge,
Butcher
Butcher
Baker,
Baker,
Little Miss
Little Miss Sunshine. Pretty good.
We did it.
Pretty good.
Did it.
We did it. We sure did.
My
Why-
knees are so sweaty.
I have a crick in my neck, and I can't I can't turn it more this way
Ooh.
than just that, and it hurts so much.
I'm sorry, that
But
sucks.
I'm fine. I'm
Have you?
great.
You're great otherwise.
Okay.
So, the one
Mark.
that I have picked just for Matt Luke. So this isn't going to be this Thursday. It'll be the next
Drum
Thursday.
roll.
Well,
Okay. So
I will. It's something that somebody here that's gonna watch it has not logged, so I don't know if they've seen it. So that's like
Okay.
where I'm like, I want to do it, especially if
Somebody
Matt hasn't
here.
seen this yet.
Oh, okay.
And let's
okay.
just
okay.
say it's a very obvious pick that I would choose when
Can I
Kelly
guess?
wasn't here. Yes, Kelly.
can I guess?
Yeah.
The human condition.
Jesus Christ, no.
All 3 parts. All 3
Mark.
parts.
I swear, Mark, if I haven't logged it, I probably haven't seen it because I try my best to at least click that I've watched it.
Okay. Well, Letterboxd
I
does
have
not
seen it.
indicate that you.
I have an idea of where I think you might be going, and if it is, it's gonna be crazy because it's what I was gonna think to pick as a backup.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So, I'm curious.
Okay, don't say it because then if it's
Okay,
not,
I'm not
you can
going to.
keep yours. Luke, do you know
Yeah.
where my mind is going?
No.
No. Not even a guess. I mean, like it's like the obvious choice.
What you two just watched?
No,
That well, I would okay because I
because
was
that's
thinking
not
maybe Death
easily
Row versus Spawn.
accessible for
but
like,
Right.
yeah,
on something. Actually, you know what? I need to.
It
check
is,
something.
actually. I think it's on
need to check
Max.
something. What?
GVK.
No, but like it wouldn't be X. I would want to watch XK.
Right, X,
Guys,
Right.
why is that the title sounds like what people say when they're like wanting 2 characters to get together?
Yeah, when
Yes.
they
Collaboration.
He said it's a
Come
collab.
on.
He said they're collabing essentially. 'cause
Godzilla featuring Kong.
So what he said is it's literally supposed to be Godzilla Kong. Like you're not supposed to say the X.
Godzilla
It's
Kong.
even more like a.
What are you
Didn't
thinking?
you
an
say
action
that they
movie.
were gonna kiss? Godzilla
course.
and Kong.
Oh my God, Luke! When he's pointing at the thing, being like, "Bro, come help me! Bro, come help me!"
Okay, Luke said that he picks up little Kong.
Hold on. Hold on. Yes. Yes, this is where we can't say anything else because
Okay.
yes.
Mark, what are you thinking of? I'm drawing a blank, but it's the same vibes. Yes, same
Oh,
vibes.
Oh,
That-
yeah.
Wait, Luke has showed me the picture though of Kong jumping off the ship because he
That's
thinks it's the
Godzilla.
funniest thing in
Oh.
the funniest thing in the world.
They have multiple slow-mo shots like that, so they knew that we liked it. They did
It's
it
for
more
you
in
guys.
X-Kong. My
Okay.
choice is Fast X.
That was
of
what I was
course.
gonna do, Mark. That was what I was
Of
thinking.
course.
Let
Why
me-
am I not?
Matt,
why
have you
did I
seen
not
it?
think of this?
No.
Okay, so this is the reason why I'm choosing this is because what I
Yeah.
was
It's
going
essentially
to
the
pick,
human condition.
yes.
Yeah,
What I
part
was
2.
going to pick was Fast and Furious 6 because Fast and Furious 6
Oh,
is my
'cause we-
favorite one.
Right,
so I was
right.
going to choose that, but then I realized Matt hasn't seen X. So I
Yes,
chose
yes,
X
why
so
didn't I
we
think
can
of-
talk about the whole thing because then you'll see them all, right? I knew you've seen F9.
I've seen all of them except the 10th.
Have you seen Hobbs
yeah.
and
Wow.
Shaw? Yeah, you have seen Hobbs and Shaw,
Yes.
'cause I
Yes,
did that,
I've
so-
seen
You bought it
some of
for me?
Hobbs and Shaw.
The
You bought it for me, and we watched it on Blu-ray, and it was like, this movie's very bad.
Yes.
Guys, 2 movies. Okay, before school, a
Yeah.
friend of mine on his phone made me watch 2 movies.
Okay.
They were Hobbs and Shaw
Yes,
and
I-
Holmes and Watson. Wait, no, there's a third. The live-action Dora the Explorer movie.
Wow.
Why?
Little trio.
Because he
A
was
good
just
trio.
interested in having a good time. It was Diego.
Mark, I commend your pick because Katie can attest. I was like, oh crap, I need a backup. What's something that like I was like, oh, I don't think Kelly cares if we watch like Fast X, and we haven't seen
I
that
don't
one yet.
at all.
Or-
I probably won't watch it when I get back.
we
That's
we haven't
awesome.
watched Los Bandoleros.
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
Amy and Rich were telling
Yes.
us about that one, right? Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Kelly, I
So we
will
still
say
need to watch that.
you definitely do not need to watch this. If you were to do it, this would be the movie in the Fast and Furious franchise for you to watch because Jason Momoa is
Mm.
fantastic in it. He's
Insane.
by far the best villain in the whole franchise.
Isn't 6 James Wan though?
7.
That's 7.
Yeah.
7. Okay.
But also like
Justin
that's not my
Lin is
favorite.
6.
yes,
Okay.
because he did 1, 2, 3.
He did 5.
No,
No,
he did
yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Six,
and then
9.
he didn't do 7. Then he came back for 9. Yeah. Oh my god. It's Justin Lin's series, to be completely honest. He's the one who changed
Yeah.
it to what it is. But
Yeah.
Change of the game.
yes, I'm excited because I didn't realize you hadn't seen it, Matt, and it's
Yeah.
on Prime for free right now.
Nice.
So I'm very excited to talk about it because we can just talk about the whole franchise then too, because then we'll all
You know
have seen them all.
what? Yeah, you know why this is perfect? Is because this is how you get Katie and I to watch it. Because I'm like, I
Yeah.
know it's there, but we kept picking other movies. So I'm like, do I want to watch a 2-hour and 20-minute
It's so fucking
movie?
long. It's
Yeah.
so long.
Right?
Mark,
This is perfect.
I also commend your pick because if you picked it when I was still here, I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's perfect.
But this is what
So, we gotta find
always
movies-
want to talk about Fast and Furious.
Yeah, we gotta find it on that level.
And I feel like this was a long one, but I'll be recovering in bed, so this will
Yeah.
brighten my mood. I'll remember watching this
Oh,
in
good.
theaters with Luke.
Of course.
Luke keeps saying you're gonna be bedridden.
Bedridden.
Yeah, I don't know how long I'll actually
Mhm.
be bedridden, but I'll be in the hospital Wednesday night, so I have to spend the night
So,
there.
overnight?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we'll see
Dang.
what that bill looks like. Okay. So,
Yeah, hey, good,
Good
hey,
luck with that.
Good luck,
Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end the podcast. So.
Okay, that
Fast
sounds
X
good.
That's X.
Fast X
for
for
2 weeks from now.